Hey guys, it's Allison from Allykatkreations. How are you? This is like my downstairs. That's my meditation triangle, all my gems and all my tables of fun for this beautiful Lion's Gate. I have yet to find a space to do my oracle readings because I was just bringing a big board and putting it on my lap and my chair and doing my thing, and I haven't really had a space to really get a good spread going. So I think I'm just exploring a new way of doing it without having to buy expensive fancy equipment, because at the end of the day, it's the message that you receive from spirit, not necessarily what that looks like and all the fancy beautiful things I don't have. So I'm going to do what does the collective need to know from spirit, and what do we, and that for me and all my readings is what's guiding you, what do you need to look for, what are things we need to work on, things like that, just to steer us and help us. I have a lot of new decks that I'm still playing around with what is going to mesh with what, but I figured why not include all of you in this beautiful Lionsgate, let Alley Cat play with the cards and see where we go. So guys, if you don't mind, I'm going to tilt. I have to walk around my coffee table. I'm going to tilt. Sorry you see my lovely hair here. I think it's not 100% perfect. Oh, there we go. There we go. You could see the cards. Now let's pray that the laptop stays where it needs to. And unfortunately, I don't have lighting quite yet for any of this. And yes, I did sage the space. I got this awesome sage. It's this blood sage, bloodstone, dragon's blood, which I'll try to get piping hot. So only love, light, protection, and shielding is entered into my space. I saged all the cards beforehand, but it doesn't hurt to have extra sage on hand. Okay. Spirit, calling into my higher self, calling my mother and my father in spirit, calling my ascended masters, my archangels and angels. What does the collective need to know and work on right now? Okay, they told me to hold on to that. That's like, they want another deck. Are you kidding me? Okay, they told me to hold on off on that one. They told me to grab another deck. Okay. Cool beans. I can't say no to them. Can't say no to them. Okay. Spirit. What do we need? And those of you who have watched my Oracle channel, I have this channel, I have an Oracle channel. I post on both because most of the time, many people on both sides of the fence need to listen to the guidance. Okay. I'm going to take these two. They fell out and they're worthy of. Okay, First one was drawn is whispers. And I'm a lot further from the camera, but I hope you could see that. Whispers. Tune in to your soul voice. Your mind and heart are expanding to hear your soul whispers. You are or will soon find it easier to interpret and understand the vibes of your soul through how you feel. Open the door to soul whispers by feeling appreciative. Close the door by feeling judgmental. The messages are always there, even if you are not receiving them. Practice feeling soul vibes to clarify your intuition and psychic senses. Just like we know a dog can hear sounds, we can't. Your intuition interprets waves and impulses of outside of your conscious awareness. This card is also prompting you to take notice of your dreams. When you are asleep, you cease conscious thought and resist, making it easier for you to receive soul transmissions. If you embrace the messages that come through your dreams, you will invite more of the same. If you don't like a dream, see it as a sign to shift your focus or change your belief. So what the very first thing that popped out was whispers. Are you listening to your soul voice? Are you listening to your higher self? What are you doing? Are you ignoring those messages? Because a lot of people have a tendency to do that. So open that door to receive from whatever higher guidance you believe in. We have healing. Be illuminated by love and truth. Right now, healing is taking place to support your understanding of the gifts in your experiences. Weird or difficult circumstances can often be a fast-track path to your desires. Until we recognize subtle imbalances, the best way to clean up outdated beliefs is to have our buttons pushed. Buttons are created by continued attention to unbalanced thoughts, ideas, or beliefs. Every time we are reminded of or talk about a hurt, it pushes a button and it reopens a wound that we are yet to heal. Wounds are created by mental, spiritual, or physical trauma. Poking at them will prolong the healing process. Leave them alone so balance can be restored or wholeness can return. Inspired action for healing may include seeing a therapist, consulting a medical professional, or spending time in the ocean. Focus on what you love is also healing. All is perfect in every moment, even if we can't see it at that time. So what are you doing to hear your inner voice, to hear your soul, to hear, to heal? The dark night of the soul. I feel a lot of people are going through those things right now. And the sad part is a lot of people ignore the signs, the symbols, the things in their dreams. They think, oh, well, that was just my imagination. Well, what happens if that imagination was not of your own and it was of your angels or of your guides trying to show you, trying to steer you, help you? They're whispering. What is it that they're trying to whisper to you? And a big chunk of that is they're telling you to heal. Spirit, Mother, Father, Ascended Masters, Guardians, Archangels, Angels. What is the collective need? To learn, to know, to heal. So for those of you who are new to my readings, which I haven't done in a forever stance, I wear my mother's wedding ring. I'm not engaged. It's her ring, and it's a very big connection for me to her. And it helps me get the vibration and the vibratory state off the card that I need to choose. What else? We have receiving and Pandora's gift. I'll show you those two in a moment. So we have receiving. Look at that beautiful picture. You are so loved. Your every need is witnessed and responded to by the universe. However, you sometimes forget this. You become swept up in the momentum of habitual consciousness, and you forget to take a moment to stop, breathe, and be. In the moment, you can receive the love of the universe that is receiving you. It will nourish you with contentment and energy. You have not done this enough, so your soul is becoming parched and is dried out. Energy has been going out of you, but there is not enough coming back in. It is time to bring something back in for you, to receive and be received. You're being offered a chance for restoration now, to feel nourished, cared for, and loved. Accept it. You deserve it. The healing process below will help you surrender any guilt or shame you're feeling for having needs in the first place. It will always help you overcome any struggle that you have receiving and accepting so that your needs can be met. Do you know how much joy the universe gains from being able to give to you? When you delight in what you receive, when you openly embrace a gift and are so happy with it, the universe is fully received by you. In this space, there is joyful communion between you and life. Energy flows more freely and magic happens. When you demur, saying you cannot accept that is too great a gift or that you are not worthy, you're impeding that flow. You're inhibiting the communion, the connection, the playful interaction between you and the universe. Enough with the false modesty and guilt. You are a radiant sun in human clothing. Find the place of nourishment you will more effortlessly create, live, and love with greater energy and thriving, pulsing passion. The earth rests each night so it can greet the sun again each morning with the spectacular living art of sunrise. Allow yourself to switch off, step away, close the laptop, switch off the phone, and just be with yourself for a little while. You'll return and be more efficient and effective. Rest now, play now, and work later. Forget your worries for a while, switch off, do something else. Let it all go and it will all flow. So I really strongly feel that many of us in the collective are at a turning point with what's happening on a spiritual, political, the world's on end is going a little hanky-panky, a little crazy. And with all the stimulus going on around us, all these stories coming out, all of these events, all these, oh my God, the sun's going to explode kind of stuff, right? We are missing the whispers from spirit. Many of us have to heal. And by receiving the healing energy from the universe and shutting things off for a while and going within and going in, will that healing really start to happen? It will start to happen. It's brutal. Facing yourself, healing your traumas. In order to heal your trauma, in order to go within, you have to be open enough to hear the whispers. You have to have the capacity to receive. You need to take the advice over here and shut everything off and go meditate or go sit in the park, go sit in your backyard. Look at nature. Silence yourself. Shut all the exterior world off. That's how you're going to hear the whispers so that you can heal, is by receiving what the universe is trying to give you in the first place. Next, we have Pandora's gift. There is a mystic woman, much maligned throughout history, whose name means all gifted. Pandora lives within us as our curious nature yearning to conquer chaos, evil, and darkness in the light of knowledge. She is the hopeful voice of our soul that asks the questions, and in doing so triggers the process that brings the answers. Sometimes it's through uncomfortable learning that we find our treasure. Pandora reminds us that the process of learning can take us to places that seem like the end of our world, and yet all is not lost. Even now, the light within you is stirring for new revelation, new life, and new adventure. Pandora is all gifted and all giving. Her presence invites you to forego your belief and judgment. Now is the time to surrender the misplaced guilt that you may have brought upon yourself or another, some terrible happening. It is time to let go of the shame-based belief in punishment. This is a belief that you deserve to be brought to task over any perceived imperfection, or that your natural human journey somehow renders you inadequate. Pandora frees the soul from such torment. This is her gift. Sacred rebellion is happening within your soul as a powerful uprising towards liberation. You are breaking free from the weighty criticisms of the world, from the power games that bore you senseless, and from the insanity of sacrilegious priorities in this world. Dare to disobey anything and everything that is not divine. Pandora is the leader of your soul revolution. She defies the vicious judgments of history and all that has been said about her. She shrugs off misery, despair, and the weight of the world to recognize that she is the bearer of the true and beautiful light of peace, comfort, hope, and reassurance. With her oracle comes the realization that you, too, are a divinely defiant believer in hope, who shall cast off the works of anyone who seeks to torment you. As this shift takes place, you shall dare to look within your own being and find the light. You are being put on divine notice from the sacred feminine that there is a talent and ability within you that needs to be acknowledged. There is a worthy seed of something beautiful and necessary within you. If you choose to develop and express this seed step by step, it will become an extraordinary light in your life and in the world. So poke your tongue out at the naysayers and turn your attention to the bright hope within. You were born to strut your soul stuff. That was cute. But it's very true. It's absolutely true. We want, with everything going on right now, we are leaving the old paradigm for the new, and unfortunately, we don't know what that new paradigm looks like. So we have to hear the whispers. We have to go within and heal. We have to receive from the universe, and by doing that is shutting everything off, being positive and self-loving, and hearing and allowing the universe to come in and let you shine. having the confidence, the courage, all of that needs to happen for you to shine. Spirit. Oh, I don't need that card. What does the collective need to know for this Lion Gates portal? Guys, don't forget, if anything resonates with you, please hit that thumbs up button, poke it on its third eye. What spirit does the collective need? What else, spirit? We have thank you, gratitude, appreciating what's sustaining you, and the Isle of Avalon, healing, returning to wholeness, transformation. This is Rebecca Campbell's new deck, The Healing Waters. I absolutely love this deck. Absolutely love this deck. So we'll start with thank you. Gratitude, appreciating what's sustaining you. Water is life. Wherever there's water, there's life. It's the ultimate blessing. It's the thing that sustains us the most. Life isn't possible without it, and yet most of us take water for granted. This card is an invitation to reflect on the appreciate those things that support and sustain us from the most. From water to loved ones, what are you most grateful for? Who are you most appreciative of? How are you being called to offer thanks? How can you honor the things that hold you most? When we open our eyes to what's truly holding us, the way we look at our lives change. And the more thanks we give, the more abundance we realize is there. The more we honor those who give to us, the more connected to life we feel. And offering thanks is a way of giving back too. When we acknowledge the support that we have in our lives already, we are more easily able to see the sacred that's woven through it all. Soul inquiry, what are you most thankful for in your life that you may have overlooked? So here again, guys, this is Spirit saying to you, have the attitude of gratitude. I think it's very important that as we are hearing the whispers of our soul, of our higher selves, of our guardians, of our spirit guides, the healing that's within is maybe, it's not only thanking other people, I think it's also thanking yourself. Because there's many people that have had extremely hard battles in the last few years that it's hard to even thank yourself for keeping yourself alive. We have to shut those things down in our brain that tell us all the negative self-talk so that we can receive the guidance that we deserve as through the whispers, the gift of Pandora. And then we have the Isle of Avalon, healing, returning to wholeness, transformation. That's exactly what's happening to so many of us during this time right now. Legend says that Avalon was the island where Britain's mystical King Arthur was taken after being fatally wounded in his battle. Avalon is said to have been ruled by the powerful enchantress Morgan Le Fay and her 8 sisters. And no, I did not name Morgan Cat after her. This card of great healing, an invitation to see that your healing is an opportunity for great transformation. That perhaps a part of you that feel as if they're dying are actually being reborn anew. Maybe this healing journey is taking you somewhere truly glorious, somewhere sacred deep within. Here's something you can say as affirmations. I surrender to my healing. I activate the sacred intelligence within the waters of my body. I call in all the support that's most helpful. I believe in my ability to transform and heal. And saying those absolutely encompasses what's already on the cloth. It does. Spirit, what does the collective need to know? I'm bringing back some of the old card goodies, even though we have some new card goodies. I heard that, Spirit. Something's down here making noises. Oh, fun. One more, please. Look how pretty that is. Eee. Keep doing that. I am open and responsive to the abundance of the universe. I am loved beyond measure. It's very true. This next deck is most of these cards are from Alana Fairchild, and I love her. I love her oracle cards. This is a Rooney oracle deck. I love her work. What do we need to hear? Spirit, what does the collective need? What advice? What advice? One more, please. We have sacred convergence. The lover and the beloved. Sacred convergence. The sacred convergence indicates a coming together of souls in alignment with the greater cause. This greater cause is both personal and impersonal. There is an aspect of joining together for common purpose, although the purpose may not be immediately obvious at a level of day-to-day consciousness. The common soul purpose may be to lift each other into greater love and self-belief, to shed fear and open the heart, filling each individual soul with more holy fire for its personal passionate purpose. You have to sense when this purpose is happening. There will be a coming together of you with like-minded souls who hail from all walks of life. And yet together, through some invisible genius, you will help each other. You may simply be dancing in the same room or singing in a group, attending a class or a workshop, or just visiting the same beach or parkland. But at that moment, there will be a sense of something coherent and nourishing happening at far greater level. The trickle down effect into your personal life will be felt too. You'll have more energy after spending time with these people, even if you don't interact very much on a personal level beyond being in the same space. You'll feel empowered to step forward on your path and love yourself with less conditions. You become freer to shed your fears, let go of relationships based in fear and judgment, and open up to those more loving responsive and inspiring to continue on your personal journey in increasing profound ways. This oracle has come to you because you're a part of a greater sacred convergence happening now. Perhaps you have already sensed its progression, or perhaps it will not be obvious to you, but the effect, whether obvious or subtle, will be important to your soul development and divine awakening. You are being asked to drop defenses and barriers towards groups of people that feel good for you. However, those that dampen your spirits or drag you down are to be dispensed with. No matter what games of blame or manipulation they may play to keep you coming back for more. Turn towards those connections that feel nourishing to your soul and learn to share yourself without fear. Just be. You do not have to force the planets to spin, nor the great cycles of the soul to happen. All that is required is that you show up for what is offered to you now. Do your part, take steps, and change the world. For this is the spirit gift presented to you now. This comes with a special message. Perhaps you have been thinking about shedding lower vibrational connections based in the ego world of power, games, sabotage, manipulation, and fear. Perhaps you have already begun this process, or even shed so many you are fearing you might have over-pruned to be left with nothing and no one. Do not fear, feisty angel of love. Your truth is prevailing. You cannot stay in a vibration of fear if you want to dwell in a vibration of love, which is really true. This oracle comes to you with guidance that it is possible for more joy, relationships, growth of love within your own power. You can choose each day, each moment. Just make a choice. Trust yourself, your discernment, and your intuition, and choose. You do not owe anyone anything. And this is the truth. So what I feel is happening right now with so many of us is we're doing a lot of inner healing, and it never ends, by the way. It never ends. Once you open up to the whispers of yourself, your higher self, your spirit guides, once you initiate the deeper healing, and the dark night out of the soul, it happens 100,000 times in your lifetime. There's always something to heal from. There's always something happening. So we need to start healing ourselves. We need to start receiving the voices and receiving the gifts from the universe, because the gifts are coming in. We just got to be thankful and have gratitude for those things. Because again, a lot of things here are about healing. And once those healing come, the abundance starts showing up, the self-love. Do you love yourself? That's another message that's coming out here. Do you love yourself? Are you willing to put the work in to say to yourself, look yourself in the mirror and say, I love you? It might feel ridiculous. It might seem ridiculous. But do you love yourself? You know, a lot of people, I'm one of those included, that for a very long time I did not I told myself I loved myself, but I didn't believe it. I shrugged it off. But I tell myself, thank you. I thank my ancestors. I thank my parents. I thank the people around me that keep me going. I'm very grateful and I have a lot of gratitude. And I had a lot of healing to do in the last year. And it's going to continue. The healing never stops. But I've been receptive toward my whispers to myself and where, in what direction I need to lead myself in. And I feel like many of you need to quiet your mind to receive that healing. Because this great convergence, the sacred convergence is happening and it's starting now. It's been going on, but it's getting a lot stronger. And then we have the lover and the beloved. Oh, sweet beloved, the divine, the great beloved has a passionate desire for you to love you. See? Love yourself. Love you. Touch you. To make the divine presence known to you so that you will cease to fear the darkness. Take delight in all of life and become mesmerized by the beauty of love and its endless emanations. But how we resist love at first. Oh, yes, we have been burned before, have we not? Abandoned, betrayed, so painfully disappointed, cast aside, and have suffered at the hands of some unworthy lover. Oh, this is so true. Can this great divine love affair be tarried with the same brush, with the same bitter expectations that keep the heart closed? You are too beautiful to be hidden away behind a bitter and gated heart that is unworthy of you. This oracle brings you a message. Something has to change in your physical world. You are in need of more sustenance, more love, more connection, and more nourishment that touches your body and soul and brings them into deeper oneness with each other, with life, with love. Dare you open up and allow love in? The great beloved has desired that this be so. Will you heed the holy desire? Will you allow love in? Say yes. If you find this difficult, now is the time to gently, carefully tend to the walls you placed between yourself and life. Walls of tentativeness, excessive caution, fear of abandonment and betrayal, doubt of your own lovableness, and doubts based on past pain without substance. You are so much greater than these crumbling walls. They are the stuff that is designed for demolition, not devotion and honoring. Can you begin to unpack the bricks you miserably believed were essential to your safety and well-being? You are too vast to see for the small puddle of thought now. The oceanic world of love is your true home, and the sun is beating down upon you. It is too hot to gaze at the ocean longing from afar, or even stand by its edge. Strip off your layers, run to the ocean, and dive in. This oracle brings you special guidance. An offer or opportunity is on its way to you, or has been present, or has recently been presented. It may be an idea you've been nurturing or one presented to you by another person. Sit with it. Do you feel exhilaration? Do you feel energy at the thought of saying yes? Then say yes. Allow yourself to receive. There is divine encouragement in taking risks that feel wild and alive to your heart. I mean, here we are once again. I want to know in the comments, what does this seem to you? Soul, your higher self is screaming at you. Are you neglecting yourself? Are you so enthralled in the mundane day life of having to know everybody else's business besides your own? love these cards. But they're a pain in the booty patootie to shuffle, so. Arrows. So these are archetype cards. I'm going to pull 3. The warrior. That belongs on this side. I'll show you them in a minute, guys. Come out of the deck. The sword. So we have arrows. Warrior. The sword. Sorry, guys. The little kitty came down. Sorry, guys. So this Eros card is very interesting because it's, what do we long for? Why are we awakened by love? What makes us hesitant in the face of intimacy? Eros reconnects us with the primal longing to merge with another human being. Nature, music, art, plants, food, or anything that we perceive we are separate from. Eros allows us to momentarily unite. Our heart embraces others, and in doing so, we further understand our life force awakens. This card reveals an inevitable initiation into love's labyrinth. You may find yourself swirling in a new territory of desire and sensuality. Explore the labyrinth with a curious and honest heart. And remember, though, the way is circuitous. You are always being led towards its center. So, in the greater scheme of things, someone would take this and say, oh, it's a part of a love reading, correct? Yes, for the most part. The problem is, it is not. Are you loving yourself? Are you loving others? Are you finding your tribe? Yes, your soul tribe. Who are the people? What are the things that make your heart skip a beat? What is it? What is the love that you have? Because you have to have some kind of love. All of this is talking about even the love for yourself. It's not talking about another person. They're all speaking of. But if you go back into one of the videos I recently did, they were talking about the twain in flesh and your other self being the other gender, and finding yourself in another person. I think right now at this juncture in time, especially, I can speak from my own experience, belonging to a lot of groups and knowing and feeling that a lot of people are not where my consciousness is, and is it going to make me happy? And I have to go through this whole entire array of things to go within and hear the whispers of myself, making sure I'm thanking those people and having gratitude that they're even showing up in the first place. But am I receiving? good or bad energy from these people? Are they worthy of my energy to be even giving out? What gifts am I receiving from the universe? Coming and understanding that I'm finding my soul tribe, and we might have to pluck a few people out here and there. Making sure that I'm taking time out of my day to go within, healing myself, going into nature, loving myself and acknowledging those things, exploring the different types of love, unconditional. That could be another way to see this reading as well. That the universe is giving you the abundance, it's putting people and places and things, but it's at your discernment to choose what is it that you resonate with? What is it that you want to be a part of? What soul tribe do you, and there's many soul tribes you are a part of, but which one fancies you at this moment in time? We have the warrior. We often envision the warrior as an armored figure with sword in hand, moving blindly toward battle. Yet the deeper aspect of this archetype bring us face to face with death itself. The warrior stands precariously at the edge of life and death, trusting the eternal to guide the sword's blade. The warrior's work requires patience, alignment, and purpose. If and when the warrior loses its center, meaningless confrontations and violence are their default response. When this card appears, it is important to question the battle at hand. Is it likely a great one with deep roots and long-standing tensions? The actions you take will stay with you long after the dust settles. So choose wisely, brave one, as you draw your sword, realigned with the eternal wisdom within, then surrender to the battle. Which we could say is happening on a very deep, dark level right now in a lot of communities. And why I say that is because of what I see people going in and creating absolute chaos or not allowing others to express a difference of opinion. And you have to choose to be the warrior. Are you fighting? Is this something that's triggering you to not be loving? What is the triggers that come up in your life that make you have to defend other people? What is the trigger? Are you standing in your battle zone for what reason? Is it a personal one? What is it? Are you fighting yourself? You have to start self-love sometime, somewhere. You have to face death. I faced death on many occasions. I always came out disappointed that I kept myself alive. But now I'm very grateful and thankful that I did. But in the moments of my absolute worst points in life, I didn't want to live. I faced death, and death won in terms of saying, ha ha, not your time yet. Right? Absorb these cards in your own way for what it means to you. This is spirit talking to all of us. But these are the deep-seated, rooted things that's within our souls that need to be healed, to be acknowledged, to be tackled, to be thought about. Because this is how we're moving forward. We're not going to move forward if we're not doing the work. And not acknowledging things that we don't think about on an everyday basis. And sometimes we just need to think about it once in a while because it needs to have a reminder happening. Now we have the sword. To use the sword is to decide the blade separates one reality from another. The choice is made and all else falls away. If you find the sword in your grasp, you can no longer hesitate. This weapon requires a clear and decisive mind and a willingness to act. An onlooker may think the sword bearer is hasty and violent, but the most compassionate and responsible gesture is one that is honest, swift, and accurate. Our first encounter with the sword is at birth, when the cord we share with the mother is cut. This moment defines our separation from her and begins our journey of becoming ourself. We must make these cuts again and again if we are to grow. Decisions shape our life, and the sword is an infamous shaper of destiny. And this ties along right alongside all of what's here. Are you getting rid of the people, places, and things that no longer serve you a purpose? Are you deciding to transcend things in order to take a higher road? Not every battle needs to be fought. Not every battle needs your attention. Some of those battles you're just a witness to. As that it just inspired me to pull these amazing cards. Spirit, what message do we need for the collective on this Lionsgate? This is the Art of War deck from Sun Tzu. And I'm excited to see what they have to say. I automatically saw this deck and I had to have it. Because life is a battle. Ooh, that last one had a lot of energy. Okay. Don't be fooled. The word deception does not mean lying or deceiving people with evil intent. Magicians, Secret Santa presents, or surprise parties are deception good. So deception is not inherently bad or good, but we are exposed to it every day in politics, advertising, books, and movies. Sun Tzu says you need to be able to understand deception, to be skilled in seeing through it. So all of my truther people, that is brilliant. Sun Tzu said, all warfare is based on deception. When able to attack, we must seem unable. When using our forces, we must seem inactive. When we are near, we must make the enemy believe we are far away. When we are far away, we must make him believe we are near. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Nelson Mandela once wrote, "The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear." If you need to do something fearful, remember President Roosevelt's declaration that we have nothing to fear but fear itself. Face it, share your fear with friends. There is safety in numbers, and if you feel safe, you will feel braver. Sun Tzu said, "On the day they are ordered out to battle, your soldiers may weep. Those sitting up, bedwing their garments, and those lying down, letting their tears run down their cheeks. but let them once be brought to bay and they will display courage. So I see a theme also in the fear department here. What are you fearing? Is there something that's deep embedded within you that you're fearing? There's nothing to fear. You can't let it guide you. And yes, everyday human people have anxiety. We have doubt. We have all these things, but they're little parts of fear within us that don't want to grasp something new, don't want to explore. You know, sometimes we're afraid to be right because some of those things are a little on the scary side. Spirit, what message should we have for the collective? A message. One more. We have nature is calling you. It wants to touch, fulfill, and protect you with its healing powers. So, guys, it's summer in the Northern Hemisphere. Please go out and do walk. Like today, I mowed my grass and did weed whacking and tended to my garden. So that makes me feel very, very connected to nature, even though I'm like butchering the sentient energy, but it needs to happen. The time is right. Seize the day and make progress on your soul path, which is basically all these cards are trying to steer you in. And the time is right. The time is right now to make a choice. Spirit, what do we need? Spirit. We have migration. Initiate, beginnings, freedom, adventure, first step. We have visionary, confidence, self-assured, passionate, self-worth, vivacious. So are you taking that giant leap in any aspect of your life to heal, to hear the whispers of yourself, your higher self, your spirit guides? Are you taking this step to receive? Are you migrating yourself out of groups in new groups? Are you exploring? Are you jumping into things that will help you in your soul's advancement? Are you finding your tribe? Are you diving deeper within that tribe? Are you reaching out to people? What are you doing to migrate? What are you doing to take that leap of faith? Are you being a visionary? Are you actually literally envisioning yourself doing these things? That's how you can manifest. A great many things in this world is that there's cause and effect. With action, there's cause. It has an effect. You can't manifesting things into your life is great, but you have to put action into motion in order to have that manifestation take place. You can't, it's not to say you can't ask your higher self and your guides. If you ask them, they might put some people in your path. You should always thank. But you need to love yourself in order to be confident in the first place, to ask for guidance, to ask for people to come into your path. Nothing happens by accident. People just don't walk into your life by accident. They will have a purpose. But if you don't have self-love, you're going to start attracting lower vibratory people who might not be the best for you in receiving these gifts that the spirit and universe is trying to give you. And again, we have to be that warrior. We have to have, look at the sword. Day and night. Which do you choose? We had sacred waters, deep healing, emotions, pilgrimage. Again, many of you need to walk this spiritual awakening. You need to confront it. You need to say, okay, it's in my face enough. I submit. I submit. Why do you need to do that? You need to do that deep healing, because that old part of you needs to go away. It's not coming with you into this new world. We can't bring the old into the new paradigm. You got to heal it. You got to let it go. You have to thank it for giving you the lessons that you got from it. Ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Listen to your higher self. There's so many healing cards out onto this spread. A lot of healing needs to be done, and healing takes a lot of time. We have the pentagram: protection, balance, and unity. When you start self-loving, when you're healing yourself, when you're letting your old self go, letting the paradigm go, because look, the time is right. Nature is calling for you. Abundance, people, better situations are going to start popping into your paradigm, and you're going to be like, what? It was impossible. No way, Jose. I don't believe. Nope, 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 and nope, nope, nope. Right? But I bet you, if you take the time to do some healing, go into nature, take that leap of faith, be the visionary, be the warrior, hold the sword. What side do you choose? Do you choose yourself, or do you choose to fall? And I bet you all of you are going to say you're going to choose yourself, because without you being whole, you can't be the wellspring for others. Let's see what the angels have to say about that. One more, please. Yeah, this evidently needed to be done today, I swear. Go within and find your inner peace. Problems resolve when you listen to your inner self. Okay, angels are literally saying it better than I can. Have compassion for another. Again, have compassion for yourself, but everybody's going through trials and tribulations right now. Seriously, a lot of people are having a really hard time right now. And we have to be compassionate. We have to stand in a place of non-judgment and understand that they're not perfect and neither are we. So, what spirit animal do we, as a collective, need? These are like the other ones too. We got spider. Cobra, dear goodness. When I did mine yesterday, I got phoenix, the eagle, and an otter. And we have a starfish. Huh. Interesting. Okay, I found one. I have these are little tiny cards, so I'll show you the starfish. Beautiful, alluring, superficial, or shallow. The starfish is a natural and exquisite beauty, mesmerizing to all. Being around someone with starfish energy is a thrill, like you have been put under a spell of divinity itself. The problem is there are creatures have been reliant on how they look and what other people think of them for so long that they may have forgotten their deeper callings. When this card appears, it's important to ask, am I being swayed by outward appearances? What dreams do I put aside to please others? So are you answering your own call? Are you steering away from people because of what they look like, but you're ignoring the fact that they might be good and you're scared of them, right? Dear goodness. I'm trying to find the next one. So yeah, as I'm trying to find this other, goodness, it's, I love this book. I love this deck because it's tiny. I have the Cobra. Found the Cobra. Pausing, waiting, the inner teacher. The Cobra represents a teacher or spiritual guardian. The Cobra hovers and watches, ever present, ever protecting, ever loving. The essence of the Cobra is found deep within us in the form of the inner teacher and manifests externally in those special guides who have led us along our path. What would it feel like to be a student again? What are you ready to learn? Remember the old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So what are you waiting for? Is there somebody in this paradigm that you are waiting to learn from? Are you taking initiative? Is it, maybe you don't know about learning. You have to learn from yourself first, and you have to love yourself. Ah, here we go. The spider. Creator of prosperity through life's work, Dharma. The spider is an ingenious creator. Its greatest gift is weaving the thread of Dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the spider and those around it, both financially and spiritually. It is hard work, but the spider neither tears nor becomes impatient. This card reminds us creativity is everywhere. Be process-oriented rather than results-oriented, and soon your work becomes like the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry. Abundance follows. Wow. So a big overlying feeling I get is a lot of people right now need to invest a little bit more time with loving themselves. That's for sure. There's something here, I feel that there is a lot of back and forth battle with oneself. And that's like the times that we're in. We hear something, it's validating us, but there's like more to that. We're still like fighting. And then we're trying to make someone else's perception try to match ours, which we shouldn't and we can't. And even correcting people at this point, it's like a win-lose battle. Because a lot of people are just really not ready to hear the truth. Well, what you need to know is what's the truth in you. Are they putting up a facade to test you? Just some things to think about. I'm going to get two more animal. Because animals are very important. Spirit. One more, please. Thank you. Okay, we have the otter spirit. I love otters. You are never alone. Now, I've always been told this because I physically in this world are 98% of the time alone. I'm always alone, but not necessarily because a lot of people see the spirits behind me, and I know that I have a freaking a battalion upstairs in spirit watching over me. We have this sandpiper spirit. Be playful. So within this journey of healing and going through everything that you need to do in the healing aspect, be playful. Don't take life too seriously. The work is important. The work is very important because that's going to help you move forward and steer yourself in a clarity in this awakening. In this portal that's just about to close, we all have to be mindful that everybody's at a different stage of their healing and everybody's at a different stage of their evolution. Are you receiving the whispers? Are you healing yourself? Are you thanking yourself? Are you having gratitude for the people that helped you get to the place where you are right now, even if it's just thinking? Are you going within? Are you sitting and silencing your mind? Are you going into nature? Are you taking the walks? Are you getting fresh air? Be that warrior. Embrace the starfish, the spider, and the cobra. Embrace those archetypes of those spirit animals. Because it's all within. You get to choose. Your sword gets to choose where it's going to cut. What do we need? And the deck that I wanted to start out with, that was told to stay last, Bath Coal. I actually never pulled this card in all the readings that I do. So this shall be interesting to see. I skipped it. Bath Coal is a mysterious creature. She's an angel known as the Divine Oracle, the daughter of the divine voice, the pure and true sound of spirit. When she whispers to your heart, you feel it as an inner knowing, a truth. To honor that inner knowing likely requires the confrontation of fear or moving in unexpected directions. Even so, the deep resonance of her truth is more powerful than the resistance we may initially feel as we let go of our limited perspectives and allow ourselves to be guided by spirit. The spiritual voice of Bath Coal is always true, always healing, and always in harmony with the higher loving plan of the universal heart, which is working toward the spiritual fulfillment of all hearts. Hers is the healing sound, the voice of divine prophecy, which not only tells what she'll be, but through speaking of the highest potential creates a blessing which manifests the ultimate goodness within us. When Bath Coal appears in a reading, an inner spiritual call may require a leap of faith. A more authentic, awakened you is coming to life. Paving the way for the higher self to manifest typically means the fear and control-based approaches need to be surrendered. Bath Coal's presence indicates something more appropriate and vital needs to supersede the limiting structures currently in place. As a consequence, she is a potent of spiritual transformation and material manifestation. Honoring her guidance requires courage, but brings rich reward on many levels. The Oracle of Bath Coal indicates a voice that is true and needs to be acknowledged. This may be a voice in your own heart, which needs to be heard without judgment or censorship. It may be an intuitive inner knowing to be recognized. It may be a loving and helpful voice of reliable guide or a friend whom you know can be trusted. It may be a teaching from a dream or an insight from meditation or an inkling that certain happenings, sightings, or signs from the universe to help you on your path. Bath Coal is clear voice of communication between humanity and higher beings. When called upon, she will assist a human to accurately interpret a sign or omen. Her voice brings clarity, therefore the oracle indicates a time of confusion is swiftly coming to an end. The oracle also encourages you to practice your power of discernment. Filter ego from heart. If a point of view lowers your vibration, makes you feel negatively about yourself or another, increases your confusion, or makes matters seem more complicated, it is likely to be an ego-driven viewpoint. To consider what you might be able to learn from the viewpoint, you need to settle yourself on more authentic spiritual ground. Okay, so this one card just encompassed this entire spread. Everything I just said right there literally is all the cards that I pulled today. I could have just pulled this first card and would have said everything there and I would have been done. But I held it, and I think Spirit held this out last because it encapsulates everything that's here. Everything that's here. This is something I'm seeing in my own life and the people around me is they're not going into their heart space. They're discerning because they're discerning things, but they're not going within their heart. They're not connecting it to their third eye, and they're not connecting it to their gut. Some people are not going within and doing the inner healing. They're coming from an ego space. And, when you always have to be right, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. And sometimes the most sincere people are wrong. But if you take them as right, you're not discerning for yourself. Always go with yourself and not the crowd. I'm one of those people that do that, and it leads a very lonely road, but I always find somebody that understands. So guys, I hoped you enjoyed this. I hope you got something from this reading. I'm glad to be back. I did a lot of anchoring of my energy, chose the decks from what spirit was kind of guiding me towards to help everybody here who does see this reading, help steer you and help understand what needs to happen right now. And it's a collective, it's not Aries, it's not Taurus. And of course, it encapsulates all of us collectively. These are the things that most of us need to tackle. And if you already kind of tackle some of this stuff, great. Enhance it. Go deeper. Just because we did the 3D lessons doesn't mean the 4 and 5D lessons are any different. They're harder and yet very similar, and if not the same. So you can always improve and you can always embody some of this stuff. Again, like Sun Tzu said, don't be fooled. Discern, go within, and realize we're separating right now. The sword is coming down on humanity, and you get to choose what side you're going to represent. You get to choose what type of warrior you're going to be. You get to choose what you want at the end of the day, and no one else can do that choosing for you. So guys, I'm sending everybody love, light, protection, and shielding. Please give a thumbs up if this resonated with you. Leave comments. What did you think? I'm excited to get back into doing this, and it's not going to be all the time, but right now it is what it is. But I'm really happy to bring this to people. I think it's very necessary in a time where we all just want to hear, am I going to get a relationship? Am I going to? No. What do we need to heal? What do we need to work on? What is it that we need to look into further to better ourselves and to ascend? And that's the purpose. So guys, until the next one, please be safe, be seen. And please make sure you subscribe and like. I will have a reading out hopefully tomorrow, and I'm not sure which book I'm going to do, but I figured I'll do this tonight and you guys have fun with it. Okay, guys. Love ya. Bye.